Hello everybody, welcome to Sprueverse, my scale model universe, people of Earth. Welcome to part 9 of Build the 1350 Refit from Polar Lights. And we are knee deep in masking as we continue on the crusade of diving into the master class with the great Lou Del Meso, who was kind enough to fly out from North Carolina to personally show me how to lay these masks down, and of course share with all of you how the master does it. So in this particular episode, we're going to be knee deep, as I said, in the saucer, but we get to see the final on that, and I think you'll all agree it's definitely well worth it. So without further ado, let's dive into part 9. Look at that. It's a brand new day, my friends, and we have let these masks dry overnight. Now, I am going to sort of go off script here for a second because I just want to say something. You'll notice Lou is wearing my shirt, and I'm wearing his shirt backwards because I like his logo.
Let's say I'm not wearing Phil's shirt. I'm wearing a shirt with Phil's logo on it. Phil is not wearing my. I mean, we're friends, but we're not friends. No.
But the reason why I stop and pause, everybody, is because you can get these shirts and mugs from our dear friend Wayne Green's website, World of Wayne, or his Amazon shop. He sells these shirts. Now, the shameless plug is because all the proceeds are going directly to help find a cure for Parkinson's. So load up on your shirts and mugs because it's going to a great cause, and we are happy to support Wayne and his dear father, who of course suffers from Parkinson's, and it's a very important cause to Wayne, so it's an important cause to us. Anyway, I stopped for a commercial. I apologize. Here we are. We're back, and take a look at the surface of this. We spent a good few hours getting these masks down, but oh my gosh, the results are going to be amazing. And we also, what we did was we did a blending coat. Now I did start with, and I thought I was going to be clever because I went straight in with the Insignia White, because I thought that was what I wanted to be my finished coat. However, when we laid it down and it started to dry, we realized its gray tones were too close to the Insignia White rattle can that I've been using as the base coat for this build. So, of course, why you have a guru, he asked me to get some white, which we did. We got some white. Here's the white that we decided on. And I've been using a ratio of 25 drops of the Insignia to wait, there we go, the dancing pinks. 25 to 10 is what I'm using. You do dealer's choice, whatever your preference is.
Or roughly 2.5 to 1.
Very good.
Even I can do that math.
Not I, which is why I won't be going to the moon anytime soon in an Ares rocket. But
the issue was, after it had dried, I noticed there wasn't enough contrast. You don't want too much contrast that it looks like a checkerboard, but you want enough that shows, hey, I did some work here.
Right. So, should we lift these off?
Yes.
Okay.
Start peeling them up.
Okay, so
it's going to get messy.
There you go. That's a good... I'm stealing... Am I stealing your knife? You have a knife over there.
These are all your knives. You're stealing your own knife.
Okay, so I'm going to start... Let me start... does it matter where I start?
No. They're all coming off.
They're all coming off. So be very careful here, obviously, because...
You're sliding in from underneath from an angle. You're not stabbing from the top.
Yeah.
And if you have sufficient fingernails, you can pick them up. If you don't, you can use tweezers.
Now here's what's interesting.
So you started in the middle of that mask.
I know.
I just noticed that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I don't know if we've got too much light in here.
No, I'm seeing it.
But it is awesome. It really is. We've got some wonderful contrast going on here.
Slowly.
Sorry. Am I not saving these? Do I have to save these?
No, you're not saving them.
Okay.
They're all trash, but
Just be careful.
And if you are particularly worried about anything, then you want to take it. Watch, he's been doing. You want to rip it straight back on itself rather than pulling up. You're actually pulling backwards on itself.
Got it. Thank you. All I can say is, wow, we're seeing some really lovely contrast here. I'm fighting with that one. Should I just keep going on the same panel?
Knock yourself out.
Okay.
You haven't really hit any iridescent yet.
Yes, I have.
Have you?
Oh, you mean
Any of your color flip colors? Maybe I'm not seeing it from this angle.
Oh, I see it.
Well, then it's working, because you shouldn't be seeing it from every angle.
It's here.
Yeah.
What was interesting?
This is like potato chips. You just can't stop at one. You just.
Well, oh, that's lovely. So what's interesting?
Oh
is
yeah,
this-
now I'm seeing it.
Let me see if I can get you closer. Here we go. So let's pull up something in camera here.
Here, there we go.
There. Okay, let's pull.
You're starting in the center again.
Shouldn't
I
do.
wouldn't start from the center.
Start from the side. Sorry. That's why you have a teacher here.
I have a knife, and I'm not afraid to use
Yeah. Clumsy, but effective. Look at that.
it. Yeah.
And
the more
you-
I'm moving it around in the light.
yeah, and you can see. Actually, you can see.
Yeah.
Isn't
Now-
that wonderful?
Now it's showing up. Yeah.
And this is just the enhancement kit. That's all this is. That's the enhancement kit. We haven't even started. Now we're going to start to actually lay down the masking set for the actual final product. Now, was there anything you wanted to say about that?
Well, this is the masking set for the final product. We're going to do another enhancement on top of that.
But they're two different sets.
They're two different sets. So,
Yeah.
but this is the actual product for anybody who's using the regular set.
Correct. Oh, yes, you will get this set.
Yeah.
It's just we got more of it.
Yeah.
So we're doing an additional.
You made it sound like there was much more to do.
No.
No, we're pretty much after we get all these off, which you spent hours upon hours putting this down.
Yes.
It comes up and melt a lot quicker than it goes down. Trust me.
Yes, but that's why you're here.
Yeah.
To explain.
Not to further confuse.
No. As I always say, trust me when I tell you, I come to the hobby shop every day to learn something. I really do, and I'm so grateful to have Lou here to show me how to do this and to show you how to do this. But if you really want an in-depth look into this step by step, you have to go to Lou's channel, Lou Dalmaso, and go back through his archive. You will find is it one episode? Is it one show?
It's I believe it was 1 hour. 1 hour chock full of Aztecing fun.
Okay.
It was how to Aztec your 350 saucer, basically.
Okay. So
About 2 years old now.
so it's really super intensive. This is intensive for me because it is a real it's a deeper dive into model making than you would get with your average kit, just because of the scale of this thing. So that's why I was so grateful to have him come and help me and show me, because it took a lot to get this kit built. I didn't want to mess it up because I don't know when I would ever get back to it again. I may build another one again, but I'm just so grateful. Okay, we're going to take everything off now, and we're going to come... The masking.
Everything mask.
The mask off. Thank you. That's why you're here.
Taking everything.
We're going to remove the masks, and we're going to start laying them down again.
We're going to enjoy what it looks like for a while.
We're going to enjoy what it looks like for a while.
Then we're going to do like we did yesterday with the wedges, and we're going to shoot color through the holes in the wedges.
Fantastic. Which is our final...
That's the final bit.
That's our final. So, come back when we've removed all of this and we can take a look at what we've got. Excited? Let's take a look at this. And Lou and I were having a conversation about this, and I'd like for him to explain why he thinks this is a little too checkerboardy.
It's a little too contrasty. I would like to see a little softer break between the stark contrast of these colors. That's just a personal opinion. Your mileage may vary.
Okay, so the reason why I have Lou here is because I want to learn how he thinks, and I want to learn how to get better at these sort of things. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a mix of my insignia white and my white. So it's basically 2.5 to 1, and we're going to do a very light dusting.
Dusty. We're going to whisper the word
Kiss
white.
It. We're going to kiss it.
We're going to kiss it. We're going to whisper the word white over top of it and then walk away.
Walk away, and we're just to bring it down.
Or he's going to spray a cloud in the air, and I'm going to go like this, and just ever so little bit.
Okay, so there it is. Before we soften it down, we'll take a look at it, and then let's come back and look at it after we've softened it down. Okay, so we've laid down a very light dusting just to lower the intensity of the Aztecing for this base process. Might not be incredibly perceivable, thank you, to you on camera now, but I promise you, in person, we've taken it way down. And so now we're going to begin the procedure of laying our pie shapes down. Here they are, just as we did for step 1. Only this time, once the pie shapes are in place and we start picking off our colors, we're going to be a little more precise, because we want to make sure we have a good, even distribution of color. Let me one more time show you what I'm using. For those of you who have zoomed ahead and maybe missed this moment, this is what I am using. These are called poly transbars, and it's from FP. It's FP lacquer-based paint, and you can get this from any taxidermy site. They sell them. They come in more colors than this. There is actually a purple, and I believe there's also a white, but I have red, gold, green, and blue, and that's what I'm using. You can use any colors you'd like. You can go to Vallejo and use their, what do they call them again? They're in this line. They're called the
color shift.
Color shift. It's a color shift. You guys, I'm sure most of you know it. You're rolling your eyes and going, Phil, tell me something I don't know. But for those of us out here like me, that this is genuinely the first time I've ever really tackled this, I just want to sort of share the experience. So that's where we are, and what we'll do is we will lay down a couple of colors. You don't need to see us masking again. We'll lay down a couple of colors.
Go ahead. I have one point before you sign off.
Okay, colors. Then we'll come back and show you our progress there.
Okay. An important note to mention is if we take the mask, because this is simply the same mask we used yesterday. It's another copy of the same thing. If we put it down exactly where we started it on the same panel that we did yesterday, all we're going to do is reinforce the shapes we've already done. So whereas this might have started, been lined up on the 12 o'clock grid line here, the dead forward grid line, we're going to move it one to the left or right. That way the holes that we are spraying through are not going to line up with the holes we sprayed through yesterday, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, so that we get a lot more contrast.
We have it's a lot more coverage, because you see this red block you have right here?
Yep.
I bet you I can find that red block. If I did that and you'd sprayed through it, you're going to cover up that red block.
Yeah.
So here, actually, it's right there. If we move this like this, then we don't run the risk of stepping over on top of a block we painted yesterday.
And you get. Would you say you get a more intricate pattern?
Yeah, because it's not reinforcing the same pattern we did yesterday. It's taking it one step to the side.
Because otherwise, obviously, there'd be no point in doing this.
In the immortal words of Professor, what's his name from Rocky Horror, it's just a jump to the left. We're going to do a jump to the left and maybe a step to the right. But I wanted to make sure, it's in the instructions, but I wanted to make sure that you knew that we weren't putting them down exactly in the same place we did yesterday, because that would just simply cover up the work that we've done.
Hey, can I ask you a really stupid question?
Sure.
Do we have masks for the thrusters?
You can use window masks for those.
Yes, window masks. Okay, excellent. Or just tape them off.
Or just tape them off. But
Yeah.
I mean, you talk when you come to clean those off.
Yeah,
Tiny Q-tip, a
Okay.
little bit of acetone, wipe it right off.
got it. There you go. Okay, come back when we are 2 colors in, and we'll show you our progress. Okay, so we have laid down all 4 of our shimmering colors, our poly transpar colors. There we go. Thank you. I feel like I'm on Wheel of Fortune.
The lovely Carol Merrill will be showing you the.
So we've laid those down on these pie shapes, and just to reiterate, and I know I'm repeating myself, but I apologize, is we made sure that we alternated where we were on the previous sets that we had laid down, so as not to line up our masks identically with the previous set. Now this is all explained far better than I could do it in Lou's instructions.
Ad nauseam.
And I will say this, by the way, that please read, because they are very clear. And if you promise to read the instructions, you'll get guided through. And it is a very easy process to follow, and it's a lot of fun. So what we're going to do now is we're going to move our masking over 1, and that will complete, yes, you heard it right, that will complete the top of this saucer. But we've got an entire bottom of the saucer to do as well. And because I'm kind, I won't put you through me doing all of that. But I think we've got a really nice comprehensive breakdown here of how this works. And I have to tell you, it's pretty cool. Let me get the overhead. Look at this. Now, it's looking a little funky at the moment, but you can see, just watch as I rotate it in and out, and you'll see it all disappears. So there it is, and then it starts to disappear. Do you see? It's just really cool. It's really cool. Here I am again. We're coming around. Watch this one here. As I turn, it starts to slowly disappear and become just all that grayscale, that white scale, or whatever you want to call it, scale. And that's what we were looking for. That's why you do this, because this unique Aztecing to the original motion picture is really, really cool, and it's going to set your model off $1 million. And if you can, if you've got the patience and you take the time, I'm telling you, this is far better than decals. So we will plow on. You didn't hear that, so I'll repeat it. It's almost 4 o'clock here, and we're almost done painting. It's a wonderful way to end the day. Was that right?
That was it.
That was it. I have a writer. Okay, so we've slid everything over one sort of 2-panel pie segment, and this is the final. So we're going to lay down our 4 colors now on these 4 segments, plus our segments here at the top, and this will officially be done. Now, we'll talk a little bit about what happens next after this, because when I say done, yes, this section is done. I've got obviously the reverse to do. We'll talk a little bit about the sensor band areas and clean up and that sort of a thing. But at least I'll feel like when we've done all of this and talked about all of that, for those of you who are thinking about building this model and want to go and try this, and I think you should, and it's worth it. It's worth it. I will feel like we've really sort of covered everything. Okay, stick around. We are finished. Well, I don't say finished as in finished. I say this top saucer has its Aztecing on it. And that is very satisfying. Now, obviously, I like in this shot here, you can see it looks completely gray. Looks completely gray. Let's go around this for just a second. Take a look overhead and watch as I turn it, and you see this wonderful, just this wonderful shimmer as it goes in and out of the light. Here's a better look at it for you, close up, so that you can really see the details. It's just extraordinary how it goes in and out of the light. And that's the fun of this. From this angle, you can see right here where my fingers, nothing. But if you take a look over there, and I'll spin it so that you can see as it comes into the light, you just get this extraordinary effect. And there you see it just gently doing its thing as we turn it. It is a lot of work, but the hobby is about immersing yourself in an experience, going on a journey, and for me, this is an incredible learning experience. So I couldn't be more grateful to Lou for his expertise and his patience and his incredible ability to teach. So I'm really looking forward to this. And by the way, just as a quick mention aside, if you are going to be at Wonderfest, Lou's doing a class.
It's not my class.
He has no class.
I have no class of my own. I am riding the coattails of the Iwata airbrushing class.
It's the Iwata airbrushing class, but he is going to be taking us through some masking techniques.
Bring your rotten tomatoes.
Yeah.
Bring anything you wish to throw at me. I'm an easy target. It's a small
There you
room.
go. So just a quick plug, because if you are going to go, this is going to be on Friday, and I believe it starts at 9 and it'll end around 4 o'clock. But if you are going to be there, stop by and say hello, because we will be there, and so will the great Wayne Green of World of Wayne. Okay, enough of plugging. So here we are with this completed. What I'm going to do next, obviously, I've got to finish painting the AB deck, getting there's some decals on, and I've got to get my bridge on and all of this put down. And we've got a little bit of detail work to do over by the Impulse Crystal, and then
You've got your yellow phaser decks.
Got the yellow phaser decks to go. We've got the registry to go on.
Well, the next step, you got to finish the physical painting, which is the gray indent. Dive! You've got the indented area around here where the gray is going to go.
Yeah.
Physical painting, that, and the are the phaser banks, are those decals or are those paint?
They are paint.
Okay, so you'd paint those, and then we're going to do your gloss coat or your satin coat, then your decals, and the registry and the pinstriping and all of that kind of stuff, and then a flat coat to seal those in.
Right. Now, if you just heard that shopping list of things to do, this is why this is such, for me personally, was such an intimidating kit. But I'm absolutely thrilled to have this, and this has been a lot of fun. I think we'll do a little more. Should we do a little more talking about the strong back? And,
We certainly can.
Yeah, just perhaps, are there any special techniques we need to know, or anything different?
No,
we need
it's
to know?
if you this I would say this is the hump.
Okay.
If you can, once you get past this, everything. I won't say everything goes downhill from here. Everything gets easier because the areas you're working on is smaller. The color choices are fewer.
Okay.
The masks themselves are smaller. Once you get past this, it is really the short road.
So we should end it here.
I think for today, certainly should end it here.
Yeah, for this episode, we should end it here. This explanation. Now, this is part 8, and there is going to be a 9, 10, 11, and 12. So I don't know how much more we can coax Lou to do, but I'm absolutely thrilled he's here and honored to have him with me. And there you go. If anything else you want to say?
Can the shackles come off yet?
Yes, the shackles can come off. And please, if you like my content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me in the weeds on Instagram. I post usually every day something interesting. Drop me a line, spruverse@gmail.com, or just leave a comment below. But as always, I wish all of you, please, be well, be safe, build something, and I'll see you next time. Take care, everybody. Okay, so this is a quick supplemental update for part 9. You heard me say goodbye and tell you that this was the end of part 8. It's actually part 9. But because of the way I cut my shows, it's a little difficult for me to clean that up. But anyway, this is in fact part 9, and there will be a part 10 and a special episode of my just hang out with Lou chat. So that's all for now.